Hotel Echo Lima Oscar. Good evening once again from London, England. Is it good morning to you guys? From wherever you're watching around the world, whether you're sleeping, getting out of bed, or still staying in bed, having breakfast. Good afternoon, whether you are jet skiing, ice. Well, I don't know about ice skating in the summer. Oh, you could be playing golf. I don't know. You're taking your children to the park. Or should I say good night and rest well, yeah? To those of you that have had long days at work, maybe doing long days at shopping or elsewhere. Anyway, this is your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly DLG Repping, short for Delhi London Gooner, Space Romeo Echo Papa Indigo November. And I've got a couple of headlines there, which I plan to do. Former Northern Ireland manager Billy Bingham has died at the age of 90. And in terms of the transfer window, I'm going to be talking about transfers quite a lot because this is the month for it, and today is the opening day. And Chelsea have confirmed Andres Christensen and Danny Drinkwater, Premier League winning midfielder with Leicester, have both left the club by being released. So I'm going to go into that. Right, but let's and then Friday's gossip column. Before I go into that, actually, make sure you smash the thumbs up like button for me, yeah? In abundance. Show the love and support there. Show me love and support by sharing this channel amongst your friends and your relatives all over the world, virally. Yeah, and if you're here for the first time, welcome on board. And make sure you tell your friends or your relatives to share it amongst their friends and relatives. Keep this channel going. The comment section for opinions. If you want to talk about the transfer window and talk about who could end up in your team, etc., drop it in the comment section below, yeah? As far as I'm concerned, I'm the westernized guy. And I mean westernized guy. So all positive feedback belongs in my comment section below. It lives in my comment section below, if you ask me. On top of that, yeah, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, yeah? Smash that button left, right, and center galore and passionately. Get me to 1,000 subscribers with your support, yeah? And I'll do my best to be as consistent as possible for you guys. So let's keep the subscribe numbers growing as fast as humanly possible, yeah? I've checked the planner, and there's one person waiting. So big up to the one person who's waiting for me. Shout out to yourself. Right, let's get into it, yeah? The headline for me today is about an ex-Northern Ireland manager who took them into the 1982-86 World Cup, and he's passed away today. Sad for football and the footballing world, if you ask me. I didn't know him, but he was the man who took Northern Ireland to the 2 World Cups. He goes by the name of Billy Bingham. So as it says, as the head title written in yellow writing, former Northern Ireland manager Bingham dies. Billy Bingham, the most successful manager of Northern Ireland's football team, has died at the age of 90. It's a long, long life, man. The former Northern Ireland manager was diagnosed with dementia in 2006, and he died peacefully in a nursing home in Southport on Thursday evening. What a sad shame. My condolences goes out to his friends and his relatives and his personal family as well, yeah? Rest in peace, BB. Renowned as a master tactician, the wily Bingham guided the boys in green to the 1982 and 1986 World Cup finals, as I've already just reiterated. Northern Ireland were the last winners of the defunct British Championship, lifting the trophy in 1984. So he led them to a bit of glory in 1984. In between those 2 barren years was 2 World Cup final appearances, 1982 and 1986. And I think one of the 2 years I've just mentioned involved a guy called Gerry Armstrong, who knew him very well, played under him. So I'm sure Jerry Armstrong and some of the ex-players in the 1982, 86 squad members would have been very saddened by the news and passing of Billy Bingham. Now, I never knew him, way before my era. However, when a footballing god has disappeared, they'll be up there in the heavens. So, R.I.P. to Billy Bingham. Right. Next bit of news involves Chelsea Football Club, because they have announced that 2 players have been released. I'm going to read from the head title, written in yellow. Christensen and Drinkwater, Chelsea exits confirmed. Sorry. Chelsea have confirmed the release of Andres Christensen when his contract expires later this month. The Denmark defender, 26, is set to sign for Barcelona, leaving Stamford Bridge after 10 years. That's a long time to be at a club nowadays. It's very hard to find professional footballers at their club for a lifetime, except Mark Noble. So let me give a massive shout out to Mark Noble. Christensen follows Antonio Rudiger out of the exit after the German defender's move to Real Madrid was confirmed. Yes, I forgot to talk about that one, Antonio Rudiger, free transfer to Real Madrid. They've got a back line to look forward to next season. Militao and Rudiger. That's exciting back four. That's a solid little centre-half unit there. The Blues have also announced the release of midfielder Danny Drinkwater, Charlie Morsonda, and defender Jake Clark-Salter. So Chelsea have released up to 3, 4, maybe 5 players, as I've just read from the article. And I suppose they're just making room for a couple of signings in this transfer window. So they've got their plans set for new signings. So I expect Chelsea to be busy in this transfer window. They always seem to be. So they'll get cover as soon as humanly possible. Now, they are after a Seville defender. And for me, there's every chance that they could purchase him in the end. It might even boil down to transfer window day. But anyway, let's get into Friday's gossip column. And according to an article called The Athletic, the story has broke that Liverpool have reached an agreement on personal terms with Benfica's 22-year-old Uruguayan striker, Darwin Núñez. Now, I do not know too much about him, let alone see him play. But his name's popped up at every transfer speculation that you can think of. And Liverpool has been reported, according to The Athletic, agreed personal terms with Benfica for the signature of 22-year-old Uruguayan striker Darwin Núñez. I think it's a mutual agreement between the two. Well, not mutual, but yeah, you know what I mean. There's an agreement in place between Benfica and Liverpool for a 22-year-old Uruguayan striker, Darwin Núñez, the next hot prospect for Uruguay as well as Liverpool. Let's see what he can do in the English Premier League. And I ain't an expert on Portuguese football, but my friend here, Northside LDN, if you've got an opinion on Darwin Núñez, drop it in the comment section below and share with us what Liverpool are expected to get out of him and how good he can become, and how good he is, and how good he can become in the English Premier League. Right. Núñez agent George Mendes is poised to hold a meeting with Manchester United as the Red Devils look to hijack the forwards club record 85 million move to Anfield. Oh, this is another story coming from the Express. It gets interesting. Let's see what I can read here. Telegraph here. Another story coming from them. Liverpool expect Bayern Munich to meet their valuation of more than 40 million for 30-year-old Senegal forward Sadio Mane, which will help supply the funds to sign Darwin Núñez for about 60 million. Ooh, Liverpool will have to sacrifice Mane, and I think he's made it publicly clear that he said that he wants the Senegalese people he wants the Senegalese people to be happy, or they want him to do what he wants them to do. So, or what they want them to do. So he's all but gone. Sadio Mane. I could be wrong. He could stay, and they could find funds to get Darwin Núñez in, playing alongside Mane and the rest of the first teamers. But I don't think that will be the case. Talk sport here. Manchester United are contemplating a move for Liverpool's former England midfielder Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Well, first and foremost, there's no way Liverpool will entertain doing business with Manchester United. I know for a factor, the vast majority of Liverpool hate Manchester United with a passion. Man United fans, if you think I'm being too harsh, feel free to come into the comment section. Liverpool fans, do you make me right or not? Leave it in the comment section, please. But I don't see, no, from a realistic point of view, Liverpool and Manchester United doing business together, nah. Remember the Gabriel Heinze situation? That never deteriorated, especially under Alex Ferguson. Right, Telegraph here. According to the article, Europe's top clubs believe Raheem Sterling is ready to leave Manchester City this summer, with Chelsea among those weighing up a bid. That's according to the Telegraph. Fabrizio Romano on Twitter again. This is a top journalist. Let's see what he has to say. Yes, he says there, Barcelona have been in discussions about Manchester City's Bernardo Silva, but can only afford to sign the Portugal midfielder if they sell Netherlands midfielder Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong is expected to be sold by Barcelona, and Manchester United is likely to be his destination. In a meeting with Barca officials, Silva's agent Jorge Mendes discussed the availability of AC Milan's Portugal striker Rafael Leao and Wolves Portugal midfielder Ruben Neves. Looks like AC Milan are going for a double Portuguese scoop. I mean, Ruben Neves at AC Milan. Whoa, would he want to stay? Wouldn't he want to stay in the Premier League? That's my impression. But then again, I think he may be open to a move anywhere, really, whether it's in this country or elsewhere out of England. Paris Saint-Germain have contacted Lille about signing Sven Botman after talks with AC Milan stalled, although Tottenham, Manchester United and Chelsea have also inquired about the Dutch defender. And Newcastle are still interested. Yes, they are very much interested. To be fair, don't think Newcastle have made it publicly clear or kept it quiet about making a bid for Sven Botman. And I know Newcastle and Sven Botman have been talked about in the same sentence for a little while now. So it's about time someone made a bid for him. Again, I can't say that I watch the French league, but he's talked about very highly. The same with Darwin Núñez. I don't watch Portuguese football, but another guy who's talked about very highly. Manchester City and Real Madrid are watching developments with England defender Reece James, who has yet to be given an improved contract at Chelsea. James earns around $70,000 a week and has 3 years left on his current deal at Stamford Bridge. I think they can get away with it for the new season. Then come at the end of the season, he's going to have 2 years left. Then Chelsea will have to get James into the office, into a meeting where they can thrash out double your money or leave it deal to keep this guy at a club. Because for Chelsea, he would be instrumental to their plans, if the truth be told. Brazil winger Antony's representatives are in Europe trying to agree a deal with Manchester United. The 22-year-old played under Red Boss Erik ten Hag at Ajax and is valued at around 60 million euros, 51 million, that's English money, by the Dutch club, according to Goal Brazil. Now, I got a feeling Erik ten Hag will sign 2 to 3 Ajax players who he worked with very closely. It's just that I think the players at Ajax at the time, well, last season, they've got tremendous respect for the manager. He plays an attacking brand of football, And I'm talking about the midfield attacking area and the attack area. And that's the area he's going to try and strengthen Manchester United. But defensively, they have to improve vastly. And Erik ten Hag knows he's going to be under pressure. Bayer Leverkusen have told Newcastle they plan to keep France winger Moussa Diaby beyond this summer. Now, this is a winger that has been talked about very highly and respectfully. I have not seen him play. This is, another individual that is respected and been tipped to be in the Premier League. Right, Manchester City's 31-year-old Ilkay Gundogan, whose contract runs until 2023, is wanted by Barcelona or Juventus. Well, I'm glad Arsenal not going for him, as I'm saying that because he's not really needed to be. We need someone in the number 8 position, deep line midfield player, and I don't see Ilkay Gundogan in that role. I think we've got players who are capable of doing the attacking midfield role and scoring goals from there. Oh, excuse me. Tielemans can do that job as well as the deep line midfield role, and that's the player that I want, Tielemans over Gundogan. You think differently? Drop it in the comment section below. Drop it in the chat below, should I say? West Ham United have registered their interest in Everton's Michael Keane as the Toffees are set to beat the Hammers to the signing of fellow 29-year-old England centre-back James Tarkowski from Burnley, Football Insider reporting there. Now, Tarkowski will do a job for any Premier League side if he is up for it. And that's a centre-half that they want to sign. Right, Liverpool are willing to trigger the 42.5 million release clause for Spain midfielder Gavi, although the 17-year-old would prefer to agree a new contract with Barcelona. Well, I think this guy has been tipped to be the future in their midfield. We don't know if he's on par with Iniesta or Xavi, or maybe he's a Busquets type of player. But again, this is another guy who could end up in the Premier League one day, not anytime soon. La Portiera. Right. This one of this individual I've spoken about, and according to 90 Minutes, Alexander Zinchenko is open to leaving Manchester City this summer, but any interested clubs, which include Wolves, Arsenal, Everton, Leicester, and West Ham, would have to guarantee the 25-year-old playing time in midfield, where the left-sided player plays for Ukraine. Now, I'll tell you what, this is a move that really interests Mikel Arteta. I think it does interest him. Excuse. Oh. Got all the way. Oh. Look, yeah. He's been tipped to, he said that he's open to leaving Manchester City, and he's been heavily linked with Arsenal, and that's all that is, heavily linked there, heavily linked here, everywhere. Well, anyway, reading on, Chelsea and Tottenham have joined Manchester City in monitoring the situation of Spain left-back Marc Cucurella at Brighton. Now, yeah, he's been tipped for a big move. Like Chelsea, Man City, mainly, the two bigger clubs, not having to dig at Spurs before anyone come into my chat and says otherwise. However, he is a very good attacking left back, and whoever gets him will have a hell of a player. And the way he's been coached as well under Graham Potter, it tells you everything you need to know about his manager. And his manager could end up being the next England manager. It's a big job, though. Right, let's move it on a little bit, so I'm not going to spend too long here. Right, Wolves have placed a 25 million valuation on English midfielder Morgan Gibbs-White, with the 22-year-old having been linked with Nottingham Forest and Southampton after last season's loan spell with Sheffield United. This is according to the Football Insider. I'm going to read one more here. I'm going to read a couple of more. I'm going to try and squeeze in a couple of more. Fulham are close to signing Albanian goalkeeper Thomas Kuška on a free transfer. The 27-year-old contract at Italian side Lazio expires this summer. Middlesbrough have spoken to Southampton about a loan deal for English striker Adam Armstrong. Well, if all is not going to plans there for the striker, maybe he'll be open to it, to the loan deal. Maybe Rav Hasenhuttl will be happy to let him go to Middlesbrough for one season. And I'm going to read just one more here. Former Germany coach Joachim Löw is interested in returning to club management and would consider the Paris Saint-Germain job if Mauricio Pochettino leaves or ends up getting the sack. This is according to the bill. Right. So I've been here for over 20 minutes, and I would like to say, ladies and gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, yet again, I say thank you for listening, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching. Saving the best to last, as I always do. Thank you so much for putting up with me. Always appreciated. So just remember to look after your friends, look after your families, look after yourselves. Stay safe. Peace, love, and bliss again, as I always say. And remember, DLG repping, we'll talk again. So just remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And on top of that, yeah, just remember to please, from the heart, be nice.